Hello, you're welcome. In this video, we are going to be looking at how you can create your 100% stacked column chart in ThinkCell. So it's possible to also create 100% stacked bar chart or the stacked column chart flipped or the stacked bar chart flipped. So let's see how this works. We'll come under this element, then select a chart from these chart options. So this second one, you can see 100% stacked column. Based on the orientation, we can create stacked bars. We can also create stacked column flipped and stacked bar flipped. But in this case, we are going to be working with 100% stacked column. So we place it here. It is also possible for us to rotate this so as to create the bar as well as the column flipped. So if we are to create the bar now, we rotate this to the right, and you can see we've created the stacked bar. That's the 100% stacked bar. We can also flip this to have 100% stacked column flipped. But let's just bring it back to what we are supposed to use for our work. So you can see that this is actually a 100% stacked column chart. And from here, we can compare various segments. So if this were to be departments by years, we are going to populate this so that our series reflects that. So I will click here and then select the data sheet. From this data sheet, I will enter various departments in the organization for 2024, 2025, and 2026. So let's start with the finance department and operations, and let's also enter technology. So if we compare for 2024 and 2025, we can see that the technology department was able to yield about 55%, while in 2025, it yielded 82% compared to other departments, and 2026, 72% compared to other departments. Just like operations, which here has 26% compared to other departments, and so on. So this helps us compare various segments effectively without having more challenges. And if you look here, you can see that we have the total of the percentage, 100%, and you can choose to leave this or take it out. So if you want to take this 100% out, you just right click here, and from here, you look for the option that says remove percentage indicator, and this is what you're going to click on, and it goes. If you need it back, you can still click on it and it comes back. If you look here, you're going to see that we are working with absolute values, and these absolute totals were what gave us this very segmentation in terms of percentage. Now, it's possible for us to want to work with percentages in total. So to do this, we are going to click on this, our data sheet. And once we open this data sheet, what we are going to do next is to select all these absolutes. Once we've selected it, from this top, we look for this very option, add or remove percentage formatting. So once we click on it, you can see it has changed this from absolute to percentage. And if we look at our chart, you can see how it looks like. However, since we want to populate it based on percentages, what we'll do is just click on this data sheet again, and then we use the total of each of the percentages to populate this and ensure that it equals 100% when we total it. So for example, the finance can be 25%, the operations can be 20%, and the technology 55%. In the second category, we can have finance to be 30%, operations to be 60%, and technology to be 10%. And this also equals 100. We can also enter for 2026, where we can have for finance 15%, we can have for operations 25%, and we can have for technology 60%. And if we look at our chart now, you can see we have been able to populate this not with absolute values, but with percentages. And you can see on the top we have 100, 100, showing us the total of percentages. If we do not want this 100%, we can just right click here, then look for the option that says remove total labels. and we click on it and the total levels go. We can still remove this if we want. So we can right click here and then we remove the percentage indicators. But the percentage indicator actually helps us to see that everything totals 100%. So let's just bring it back. So from here, you can perform other forms of formatting that you want to do. You can change the color to any option, any one that you want, depending on what you're doing and the story you're telling. So you have different options. You can still change the name of this series and also change the category labels if you want. So these are just the tricks I want to demonstrate in this video on how you can use the 100% stacked column chart. And I hope you've been able to find this video helpful. Please, if you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.